Students, my name is Pradeep Patil. We have started the second chapter of the history, and this is the fourth video of our second chapter. I have already made three different videos, and in our last video, we have discussed Prashastis and land grants. Even we have started we have started this topic as well, warfare for wealth. And in this topic we have seen what is meant by tripartite struggle. And from this we are going to discuss now in this video. Okay, so let us start. As we will see, rulers also tried to demonstrate their power and resources by building large temples. So students, what would happen that time? Rulers would spend their wealth and resources on constructing or building huge, large, beautiful temples. They would demonstrate their wealth in the form of temples by building beautiful temples. Demonstrate means what? They would show and exhibit. Demonstrate means show or exhibit. So they would show their wealth by building large beautiful temples. Okay, let us see. So when they attacked one another's kingdoms, they often chose to target temples which were sometimes extremely rich. So, what would happen that time? Whenever this king would attack on one another's kingdom, that time they would target the wealthy temples, large, beautiful temples. Okay, so they would try to get the control on such a large temples from one another's kingdom. Those temples were really wealthy and extremely rich. You will read more about this in chapter 5. Okay, so in this book there is a chapter 5. In chapter 5 you are going to discuss something more about this, about temples and all. Okay, now let us discuss further. One of the best known of such rulers is Sultan Muhammad of Ghazni, Afghanistan. So here we are going to discuss something about Sultan Muhammad of Ghazni, Afghanistan. Sultan Muhammad, he was the ruler of the Ghazni, which is in Afghanistan. Okay, so he ruled from 997 to 1030. Okay, and extended control over parts of Central Asia, Iran, and northwestern parts of the subcontinent. So students, basically he was the ruler of the Ghazni in Afghanistan, but he extended his control, he extended his empire, and expanded his empire where in even Central Asia, Iran, and northwestern parts of the subcontinent as well. He raided the subcontinent almost every year. So raided means what? Raided means attacked. He attacked the subcontinent. He attacked the subcontinent, Indian subcontinent, or even India as well. He raided the India almost every year. His targets were wealthy temples, including that of Somnath, Gujarat. So whenever he would attack on uh, somewhere in whenever he would attack on India, so his target was what? His target was to get control on wealthy temples, large temples. Okay, and it was one of his target was Somnath temple, which is located in Gujarat. Okay, so his target was to acquire the control on Somnath temple in Gujarat. Okay. Much of the wealth Muhammad carried away was used to create a splendid capital city at Ghazni. So students, whenever you would attack on some different region or different kingdoms, okay, so his target, he would sometimes get control on large temple, and he would get lot of wealth. He would carry away a lot of wealth, and what he would do, he would spend all that resources and all those resources and his wealth on creating creating a splendid capital city at Ghazni. Means what? He would use all that money, all that wealth to create a splendid means beautiful, to create a beautiful, to develop a beautiful capital city at Ghazni. Okay, so Ghazni is the area where Ghazni is located in Afghanistan. So there he wanted to develop to create a beautiful capital city. So he would spend all his wealth and money on creating the capital city, splendid capital city. Okay. Now let us discuss further. Wait. Sultan Muhammad was also interested in finding out more about the people he conquered. So students, he was very powerful and very intelligent person, that his aim was he was not just interested in uh, extending his empire, but he was even interested to know about the people to whom he conquered. Okay, conquered means defeated. Okay. So what he did, he entrusted a scholar named Al-Biruni to write an account of the subcontinent. Means what? He appointed one scholar to write something about everything about the subcontinent. So to whom he appointed, to whom he entrusted, entrusted means trusted. So that person was Al-Biruni. Okay. So Al-Biruni did his work. He wrote about the subcontinent, and his work was the Arabic work. Arabic work means he might have written in Arabic. Okay, so that his Arabic verse, Al-Biruni's Arabic work, is known as a Kitab al-Hind. Okay, so what we call it, Kitab al-Hind, remains an important source for historians. So that Kitab al-Hind is very important and important source for the historians, because uh, could read that historians can read that Kitab al-Hind, and they can get some information from that Arabic work. That is why it was very important source for the historians. Okay, he consulted Sanskrit scholars to prepare this account. Means what? This Al-Biruni scholar, even he consulted, he inquired, he got lot of information from Sanskrit scholars. He uh, he asked them, he some many things. Okay, and he even from Sanskrit scholars he understood some information, and he included mention in that Kitab al-Hind. Okay, so let us discuss further. Other things who engaged in warfare included the Chahamnads, later known as the Chauhans, who ruled over the region around Delhi and Ajmer. So, students, now we are going to discuss one more example. Earlier, we discussed about the Sultan Muhammad of Ghazni from Afghanistan. Now, we are going to discuss about one more kingdom or king who also tried to extend his empire. Okay, so who was that? Chamanas. Later they were called as, or they were known as Chamanas were known as the Chauhans. Okay, the king was known as the Chauhans, who ruled over the region around Delhi and Ajmer. So where did he rule? He ruled over the region around Delhi and Ajmer. So it's very important. You may get question, where did Chauhans rule, in which cities? Okay, so you must answer that Chauhans who ruled over the region around Delhi and Ajmer. They attempted to expand their control to the west and the east, where they were opposed by the Chalukyas of Gujarat and the Gahadawals of western Uttar Pradesh. So listen students, these Chauhans, they tried to expand their control on which region, on west as well as east, on in both the direction. But what happened, they were opposed by Chalukyas of the Gujarat and the Ghadawas of the western Uttar Pradesh. The best known Chaham, Chahamna ruler was Prithviraj III. So from the dynasty of the Chauhans, so the one of the best known ruler was who? Prithviraj III. His name was Prithviraj. And when did he rule? His time period was from 1168 to 1192, who defeated an Afghan ruler named Sultan Muhammad Ghori in 1191. So students, he even defeated whom? He defeated Sultan Muhammad Ghori in 1191. Okay, he was the ruler of Afghan, but lost to him very next year in 1192. But he was again defeated by the Sultan Muhammad in 1192. Wait a second. So this is about all this topic. This is about that topic. Okay, warfare for wealth. Now, students, we are going to start next topic, that is a closer look. The Cholas means what? Here we are going to study the Cholas dynasty in very detail. We are going to see everything about the Cholas dynasty, means since from beginning how Cholas dynasty originated, okay, how they become king, how Cholas king became, and how they expanded their empire, okay, how they got the power, even how was their administration, and how they became so wealthy, and how they prospered, okay. So we are going to basically discuss everything in this topic. So let us start. So if you see this map carefully, you will understand that how, where was the Cholas empire, where was it located, and which region they would rule, okay. So if you see here, then in South India Cholas would rule, okay. So almost whole that area belonged to the Cholas. Even in Sri Lanka as well, Sri Lanka and Southeast Asia also they would rule, okay. So students, now let us start from Urayur to Thanjavur. How did the Cholas rise to power? So here initially question is there, how did the Cholas rise to power? Means Cholas power वर कसे आले, किंवा how did they get the power, okay, किंवा power मध्ये how did they rise, ओके. त्यांची पॉवर किंवा त्यांचं किंगडम, हाऊ दे बिकेम पॉवरफुल, दॅट वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस. अ मायनर चिपली फॅमिली known as the Mutta wait Muttaryar, okay, held power in the Kaveri Delta. So minor Chipli family means that was a very minor family, okay, Chipli family, okay. um, so that was a minor Chipli family known as the Muttaryar held power in the Kaveri Delta. So student, there was one area, Kaveri Delta. So this family was ruling in that area. In which area? In Kaveri Delta. They were subordinate to the Pallava kings of Kanchipuram. So this Muttriyar family was subordinate to the Pallava kings, okay. They were subordinate to the Pallava kings of the Kanchipuram. Uh, Next. Vijayala, who belonged to the ancient Chipli family, Vijayala, who belonged to the ancient Chipli family of the Cholas from Urayur, captured the delta from the Muttaryar in middle of the 9th century. So what happened, student? Vijayala was the person who belonged to the ancient, means very old, ancient Chipli family of the Cholas from Urayur, okay. So this basically, this delta, Kaveri Delta, was located that area in Kaveri Delta area was located in Urayur. And what happened? This Vijayal person who belonged to the which family? Who belonged to the Cholas family from Urayur. Okay. So what did he do? He captured Delta from the Muttrayar in the middle of the 9th century. 9th century means middle of the 9th century means something around 850. So he got control on where he got control on that delta area, okay, Kaveri Delta area, and he defeated whom? He defeated Muttarayar family, okay. He defeated the Muttarayar family who was ruling on Delta Kaveri Delta area. So he built the town of Thanjavur and temple for goddess Nisum Sudini there. Okay. So what happened? This Vijayal he built the town of Thanjavur. Okay. He built a town of Thanjavur and temple for goddess Nisum Sudini there. Okay. Means in Urayur, where he ruled, where he defeated the Murtayar family, and he got control over that delta, Kaveri Delta area. So understood. Basically, just remember what happened. Initially, there was a minor Chipli family. Chipli family means some leader were there the family were some from many years that family was ruling to the area, on the area, which area? Kaveri Delta. And what was the name of that family? That is a Muttarayar family. It is some difficult to pronounce, but understand, try to understand. So that family was ruling on Kaveri Delta area. Okay, there was one area known as the Kaveri Delta. So they would rule on this uh, area. Okay. So basically, they would rule on that area, Kaveri Delta. But what happened after Vijayala, who belonged to the ancient Chipli family of the Cholas? Okay, who was the subordinate of the Cholas? Not subordinate, but he belonged to the family from Cholas. Okay, Cholas family. He was from Cholas dynasty. He was the that Vijayala was also one of the families from Cholas dynasty. Okay, from Urayur. And what happened? This Vijayala person, he captured that area. He got control on Kaveri Delta area, and he defeated Muttayar family, and he started ruling on Kaveri Delta, and then he built the town of Thanjavur and temple for goddess Nisum Sudni in that area. Okay, so student, we will stop here and we will discuss further in our next video. So bye, have a great day. If you like if you understand my video lectures, then please hit the like button and do not forget to subscribe so that you will get notifications of my upcoming videos. Whenever we'll upload any new video, then you will get its notification. Okay, so bye, have a great day.